Tomorrow, we will be working on the best tools and strategies to use to give high-quality feedback in the workplace. Feedback is best defined as the information about reactions to a person's performance of a task, which is used as a basis for improvement. Effective is best defined as something that is successful in producing a desired or intended effect. Effective feedback, therefore, is information given to another person based off of their performance that is successful in producing desired improvement in said business.
Feedback is an important piece of managing a successful business or organization. Effective feedback is what allows an organization to prosper and survive. Effective feedback does not always have to be positive, which is where most people get mixed up. However, effective feedback helps employees grow from mistakes and thrive from their strengths. In Lou Solomon's article, 2/3 of managers are uncomfortable communicating with employees, she states, "People thrive on feedback. In my communications consultancy work, I have watched droves of top executives, emerging leaders, supervisors, and frontline managers become enlivened, even honored by feedback, whether it was positive or negative. Imagine training for a marathon without a watch. You never know how fast you're running other than the possible exception of the occasional good job from your coach. You'd have no way of knowing whether you're prepared to meet your goal. This just shows how useful effective feedback is in the workplace." In Busting Myths About Feedback, Gentry and Young, the authors, state that ineffective bosses rarely give feedback, compared to effective bosses who give effective feedback, which backs up Solomon's statement.
Gentry and Young conducted a study in order to bust myths about feedback and found that the majority of employees were motivated when given positive outcome and or negative process feedback within the workplace. The same study also found that individuals tend to want more negative process feedback so that they can know exactly what they are doing wrong and how they can fix it. Without high quality feedback, Georgia State would not have been able to identify why student attendance at sports games was decreasing. The college found that the ticketing system that they were using was too complex and made it a hassle to go to the games. Therefore, the college used this to their advantage and introduced a new ticketing system based off of the feedback that the students gave to them. Same goes for the Daytona 500. Fox created Daytona Day to try and increase the interest of the Daytona 500 for casual and non-fans of the sport. They have received a variety of feedback from this. The viewership and fan popularity increased from the event. They received good feedback saying that people who would not have watched or attended the event tuned in because they were interested in the pre-race event. On the other hand, Fox received some negative feedback from passionate fans and NASCAR drivers. The avid fan and NASCAR driver thought that the event was a distraction. Therefore, now Fox will be holding two separate events to cater to both crowds based on the feedback that they have received. It is clear that without feedback, business as well as managers, both in and outside of sport, would struggle to be successful.
When it comes to feedback, there are 4 different types to give as well as receive. According to Gentry and Young, these 4 types of feedback are positive outcome, negative outcome, positive process, and negative process. Positive outcome and negative outcome feedbacks are types of feedback that are given after something is done. Positive process and negative process feedbacks, on the other hand, are types of feedback that are given in real time while something is in process. As stated above, Gentry and Young found that employees are more motivated by positive outcome feedback and negative process feedback. Negative process feedback is wanted more than any other type of feedback because it allows employees to understand what is going wrong and what they can fix in real time. This is contrary to popular belief that employees only want positive feedback.
In order to create an environment where high-quality, effective feedback is common and frequently used, the following tools, strategies, and models are suggested. Sarah Green Carmichael states that scheduling regular check-ins with your direct reports so that giving both positive and negative feedback becomes a part of the weekly routine is important for successful feedback in the workplace. Daisy Wademan Dowling also states in her article that keeping feedback simple and straightforward helps to allow the direct reports to prepare for hearing the feedback, as well as sets the tone and gets their immediate attention. In the article, 3 feedback steps that won't crush your team, the 3 elements that are outlined throughout the article are that all feedback should be specific and fact-based, wise and focused on employee development, and ongoing and not just a one-time thing. This same article also discusses the SBI model of feedback, which is a 3-step model. The first step is to describe the situation. The second is to describe the behavior you observed. And the third is describing how it impacted you and your feelings. This model will be the one that we will focus on using the most throughout the workshop in order to give the most effective feedback.
As you go through our workshop tomorrow, think about all the tools and strategies we discussed, as well as the definitions of both feedback and effective and their relation to high-quality feedback in the workplace. As Jeff Jordan, author of the article Leaving It All in the Field, wrote, "If a world-class athlete uses a coach to improve, why should managers go at it alone?"